Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Rock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of July 29th, 2020. Let's get right into it. First up, we have Ascender number 11. Ascender's back. I've really enjoyed this series. It's it came after Descender, so if you haven't read Descender, I would recommend picking that up. You can start out with Ascender, but you might be a little like, oh, where's this history from this character and this character? But I love Ascender. It's just really Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen just knock it out of the park with it. But I do highly recommend you check out Descender first. Next up, we have Batman Superman at number 10. Joshua Williamson is continuing his great work on Batman Superman. So we're going to see what's going on with the Ultra Humanite. Let's see how that unfolds. Next up is one that we haven't actually gotten a new issue in a while, and it's from Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott, which means it's written very well and looks amazing, and that's Black Magic number 12 from Image. If you don't know about Black Magic, that's fine. I would highly recommend going and picking up the first trade. It's really good. Basically, it's witches and all that wonderful stuff mixed with kind of some crime, police detective works. So I love it. You should check it out. Next up is a DC Cybernetic Summer, an 80-page giant special of just random stories centering around cybernetics and stuff. So I like getting those kind of one-shot, like here's a bunch of little story books. It's just really cool to get it's a different pace than just continuing to read the same old stuff over and over. Next up is one from Justin Jordan, and this is the follow-up to the first one, and that's Dead Body Road, Bad Blood, number 2. The first issue was great on this. I do recommend you go pick up the first trade for Dead Body Road and read it, and then pick up Dead Body Road, Bad Blood, because it is just fantastic. Next up, we have a Dr. Tomorrow, issue 4. This series has been okay from Valiant. It's not something that would be on the top of my reading list. Or enjoyment reading list. It's okay. There's only one more issue of it, so most likely it's just going to be something that I purge once I'm done. But if you're curious and want to check something out, it's okay. Next up, we have A Legion of Superheroes number 7. Apparently, they're having a showdown with the United Planets, which Legion is always kind of the books always center around. We have to vote who is our leader. Look, Superboy's back, and we're having adventures with him. Some big things going on that we kind of stop, and we're dealing with like the PR fallout or just how people perceive us, and whatever the United Planets stuff is. So Bendis's Legion has been really good. It's not bad. It's just I kind of want to get Legion stories that take us into the cosmos, into the galactic stories that can be told with the Legion and all of that. So we'll see. I'm still enjoying it. I would recommend checking out the first trade. But yeah. Next one's one for my son, and that's Marvel Action Spider-Man number 3. He says he likes Spider-Man, but he hasn't really read them, so I don't know. We'll see. Next up is Red Hood Outlaw number 47. I'm just trying to finish this series, and then I'm probably just going to pitch it. But reasons why, that's for another time. Next up is Suicide Squad number 7. Tom Taylor is basically teasing what he's going to do, and we all know what he's going to do in next issue. So be on the lookout for that. But Suicide Squad, Tom Taylor Suicide Squad's been great. I've been enjoying it. If you can, check out those issues. Next up is one that I actually added to my pull list after I read a copy, bought the copy, and enjoyed it, and that's That Texas Blood number 2. I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm going to keep going with That Texas Blood. Issue 2 is out, so we'll see how that one goes. Next up is kind of the big one this week, I think, overall. This is the one everyone's eyes are going to be on, at least on my side of the pull list. I know there's Empire stuff that's coming out from Marvel, but I don't know. I've lost a lot of interest in, I'm not huge into Marvel anymore, because I can't anymore. Forgot to get the first names here. Oh, they don't put the first names on it a lot of the time. So basically, we have Markio Tamaki and Mikel Yanin as the artist. taking over the writing and art on Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman 759, we have a new creative team, and yes, I am super stoked for this creative team. Tamaki cleaned up at the Eisners this year. If you have not read some of her stuff, I highly recommend the Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, the one she did for the YA straight to graphic novel, as well as her Supergirl Being Super. Those are really two great comic book based ones. I know she did another one where Laura Dern Keeps Breaking Up With Me. I've heard it's good, and it won this year, so you can check that one out as well. But she's done a fantastic job on everything she's done, so I would highly recommend checking out her work. I got some variant covers, and I got a cover that's a regular cover that I would have gotten, but they were all damaged. And this is from a few weeks ago, but Gideon Falls 23, I got my main cover finally in, so I grabbed that this week. Legion of Superheroes 7, picked up the variant on that one. Philip Tan has just been doing a fantastic job on the covers for Red Hood Outlaw, so I snagged that one up. We got, of course, the Suicide Squad variant for issue 7. And then Jim Lee did a Wonder Woman variant for 759, so be on the lookout for that Jim Lee cover. Also, the Wonder Woman 84 variant covers have been pushed back yet again. Who knows when they're going to be out at this point. If the movie comes out this year, maybe we'll see it released this year, but I'm not even crossing my fingers. I don't know if we're really going to even go back to movie theaters this year, or if we do go back to movie theaters, it won't be like it used to. So yeah, I'm not sure where it's going to go from there. But that's it for my single issues. I did grab a couple graphic novels this week. First up is Zoo Patrol Squad. This is Kingdom Caper. This is volume 1 of the Zoo Patrol Squad series. My daughter, I saw this in previews few months back, and I asked my daughter if she wanted to check it out. She said, yeah, it looked cool, so I picked this up for her. And then I also got the Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips Pulp OGN, and yeah, I'm really super excited to check this out. I don't get a lot of Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips stuff, even though I should, but yeah, I need to. Next up, just so you are aware, DC Connect is out, and you can go to, where is it? dccomics.com/connect, and they basically give, so this month they've given out a poster, and they've given out another poster, and they've given out another poster. Basically, these are little posters that have the same insides. It's a checklist of all the DC stuff. They are not physically printing a solicitation. So this is what you're going to get, I guess, going forward, is a checklist, because some people need that physical thing. I prefer the physical previews to an actual online previews. Because I like being able to flip through a magazine and just dog ear, and I'm done. Like, I enjoy it. It's good. But I understand in today's age, everything's moving over to digital. But for me, that means I don't really necessarily check out DC Connect when it comes out every month. I'm kind of moving to just looking at stuff when it comes to last call to order. A lot of companies, publishers don't have variant cover art available at when the solicitation is put out in previews. And so I don't know if I want the variant cover on a specific title. So I've really come to look at those last call for orders. Those are normally due at shops on Monday evenings. And a lot of times you can get a list of that online Friday to Monday. If you're looking at a last call for order, you can really just check that there. Yeah, but besides that, it sucks. I liked actually getting a DC solicitation and flipping through it and seeing what was coming out and reading up on things. But now I feel like I'm going to be a lot more disconnected and a lot more surprised going forward with things, because I might not be flipping through and looking at it and reading over the solicitation text per se. I think DC will miss out a little bit on initial orders for things, and I think they're going to really have to push advertising storylines and creative team changes and all that stuff, because a fair amount of people aren't going to go the tech route and look at this stuff online and be ordering it when it's the month, the month at the end of the month. They're going to order it when it's last call for order and just get in a routine of doing it every week versus, doing it once a month and then doing it every week. So cuts out the once a month part, but we'll see. You can definitely pick up one of these posters and get a list of at least the main titles. And then it does list whether or not it has it. I guess it gives you a little, I'll give you a little preview. So up here they have, zoom it in. So right here they have like a V and an M for main cover and variant. And then down here is this little dash mark. So if there's a dash, it has a variant. But it doesn't tell you who the variant's by. It doesn't give you any of that information in here. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. You can check out, like down towards the end, they have the collected editions. But there really isn't any content that's like toys or statues. So I don't know if they're going to start putting those in or what's going on there. But yeah. But it is that time of... It's the end of the month, I'm just going to say. Not that time of the month. That's just inappropriate. I'm sorry. But it's that time of... It's the end of the month, which means Previews is out. This is issue 383, August 2020, for stuff to buy on October 2020. So here it is, the Previews magazine 383. Yeah, and basically they have the toy series that's coming out in a comic book form from Dark Horse. And of course, Fantastic Four 25 is the reverse. Now, Marvel's Previews isn't in here, but everybody else's Previews is. Marvel's has been, they're separate yet again. Instead of being in the Previews, they're separate yet again. So you'll have to grab your separate Marvel Previews for that. And normally, I would have a DC one to show you, but they're all online now. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for this week. I do have one pre-order, or one special order that I got, and it's another statue. I know, I'm horrible. But I got the Harley Quinn, red, white, and black Adam Hughes version of the statue. So there it is, the Adam Hughes version of the Harley Quinn, red, white, and black. I have most of the ones from this series, so I'm just keep going with them. So yeah, so we'll see what that's all about. Hopefully I get to do an unboxing video. I know I haven't put any up in almost a year, mainly because I just haven't found the time. I moved last August, and the end of the year was just chaotic and hectic. And then we got into the beginning of the year, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do better. And I haven't, because I just haven't found how I'm going to actually record it this. I'm not sure how I want to do it exactly. So I think I need to just do it. It's the best way to go about it. But with COVID, it's been difficult being able to do things on a regular basis, since I am a single father and there are kids constantly around, except for when I send them to bed early, because they've just pissed me off enough, like today. So yeah, but that's it for my pull list this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you're getting, or if you have any questions down in the comment section below here. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 361, 62. I can't remember. I get lost sometimes. But there'll be a link in the description below for that. We talk about the stuff that went on over the weekend with Tom King and Jay Lee and Comicsgate. And yes, Comicsgate is a hate group, and they are horrible people. So steer clear of them, please. Yeah, so we talk about that. We talk about some of the really any news coming out of Comic-Con. There was really nothing. I think they really dropped the ball with the panels that they did. I really felt that there was, I didn't really see anything huge pop up on my Twitter feed. I mean, I follow Sideshow, and there's tons of stuff from Sideshow scrolling in my feed. I mean, I think I clicked on one kind of generic preview thing, but nothing really stood out to me that was any different from what Sideshow puts out every con. So it's weird. So it was kind of just I know they showed the first 2 minutes of New Mutants and said, oh, it's coming out August 28th in theaters. I'm like, okay, like that movie has been pushed back release date since 2018, April of 2018, mind you. So it's over 2 years, almost 2.5 years that this movie has been done and in product, like, and able to come out, but it's like, or it was slated to be released and not released in 2.5 years almost. It's gonna surpass 2.5 years, and who even knows if we're getting it this year. I know Wonder Woman 84, they keep wanting to say it's coming out, but I don't know. The sad part is that movie was done a long time ago, and they pushed it to come out this year when they could have easily put it at the end of last year. So I know Warner Brothers is kicking themselves in the ass for that. As for other news out of Comic-Con, I just nothing really just grabbed my attention. I did participate in John Sturgis's Word Balloon, like John at HomeCon, where he had just a bunch of creators come on and chat about their the previous con experiences, what they missed about con, just talk with each other, and it was just a really nice time to see all these creators who hadn't seen each other, who hadn't really communicated, talking and answering questions that were posed. So I thought that was a fun thing to do. But other than that, Comic-Con was very, very uneventful, and I think it's getting more and more like that, and that's a shame. So hopefully New York Comic-Con learns from Comic-Con's mistakes and bumps it up, but those panels need to be, come on guys, you got to do them a little better. Let's do this. We're in the technology era. We can handle this stuff. So yeah, when we talk about that, we talk about a couple of news things, and you can, again, find the link in the description below. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes. Actually, we don't really get food very much anymore because we're all at home now. But you do help us get product, so thank you very much for all of the support. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking through any of the Amazon links here on my YouTube channel or over at conspiratorbrock.com. If you click on the link, you buy that item, or you click on the link and you find something else and you buy that item, I'll get a little cut, and so it helps. Thank you very much to those who take that extra step to do those things. It is much appreciated. And you can also head over to my eBay page, where I am constantly purging and getting rid of stuff. I've been doing pretty good about posting some new stuff. I've sold a couple of things. It's really cool to just kind of get rid of stuff and sell. So hopefully I'll be getting some stuff up soon. I got some t-shirts that I need to post. I got a couple of things that just need to go up. Yeah, check my eBay page. Again, link in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. I've just been enjoying blocking Comicsgate fools. It's so much fun. But yeah, that's it for this week. Stay safe out there. Please wear your mask. Funny enough, in this month's previews, I did not know that they were called this, but apparently they are. Let me see if I can find the page it was on. Is it IDW? I know this is great radio. No, it's Dynamite. I didn't know there were something called neck gaiters, but those are the masks that you see people wearing here, and then it drapes down to here. But if you're a fan of Dynamite, which they had problems a week and a half ago with Comicsgate, so be a little wary. They have neck gaiters in previews for some of your favorite characters from Dynamite. So check it out, see if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, it's out there, people. But stay safe, wash your hands, social distance, wear your mask when you go out, and hopefully we can get through this pandemic in some semblance of sanity. But yeah, I'll get you guys. I'll check you. I'll see you guys next week.